I cheated in Mexico on my husband with a beautiful black man who I let bust my cheeks. Bruh. Fast, not slow.
I knew that it was over when I was in Mexico because he told me not to talk to him while I was on the trip with him. And I'm like, wow, like I'm really on this vacation with my husband in Mexico, the most beautiful place ever, and I can't talk to my husband. That means that there's no intimacy going on. That means ain't no touching, no hugging, no anything. This man put a pillow in between us. And at that point, I knew I deserved better. I knew that I gave him so many chances.
I just feel like we're missing a lot. This is only half of the story. Yes. Intentionally told only half the story. No man gonna marry you. And when we go to Mexico, I'm just gonna put a pillow between us because...
there's obviously something going on, but I'm like, why y'all going to Mexico then?
I don't know.
Y'all need to be going to counseling.
Yep. More chances than what he needed. More chances that I had given anyone else. I knew that I had let him slide, even though the first week when we were talking, I should have cut him loose. But I kept them.
No! Bruh.
We've said this, I don't know how many times on this channel. Listen to the red flags, y'all. Yep. If you're dating someone and in the course of you dating them, you're getting red flags and something is telling you something ain't right, don't do it. Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
And especially if you have several people in your vetting crew who are giving you pretty much the same advice. And disclaimer, your vetting crew, you need to make sure that the people that you listen to, you got to think about their background, think about their situation. You have to also take into consideration where they are in their relationship. Now, I don't care who this person is. It could be your mom, your dad, it could be your sister, your brother, it could be your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whatever, your BFF. You got to pay attention to that as well too. That's why I wholeheartedly believe that you need to have a vetting crew that consists of several people.
One thing she said is she was like,
I had given him more chances than any other man.
He your husband. You're supposed to give him more chances than any other man.
That part.
Unless you're talking about before they got married.
Please stop trying to categorize marriage with dating and with long-term relationships. It ain't the same.
Okay.
And you don't owe the person that you're with the same when they're just dating or your girlfriend or even your fiance and you're married to them. It's very different. You have not given that person any vows. Yep. It's not on the same level. So you're supposed to give them more chances.
Seriously? Yeah.
Because this is supposed to be the person that you promised to work with, which is why you can't mess around with the person that you're choosing to be in this position.
So I knew at that moment it was partially my fault that I was in this miserable relationship. When I say miserable, I mean a relationship that doesn't include intimacy and love, which is very important in a relationship. So when we was in Mexico, he told me not to touch him. I'm like, okay, cool.
Why? Why did he tell you not to touch him? Let's hear the reason, man. You just landed in Mexico and he said, don't touch me. By the way, don't touch me while we're out here.
This man treated me like for 5 days. He treated me like, when I tell you he treated me like I wasn't worth anything, like I was going to the bars drinking by myself. So on the 6th night of the vacation, I was on my way back to the hotel room by myself in Mexico.
The caption for this part 3 video is divine intervention. A fine, beautiful black man.
On my way back to the hotel room, and long and behold, there was this fine, beautiful black man. There was this fine and beautiful black man. I swear, I thought like God himself had sent me this guy.
Stop it.
I'm like, oh.
The blasphemy. This chick's like, God sent a man for me so I could cheat on my husband.
Oh my God, he's tall, fine, beautiful, beautiful teeth, smell good. Like I was like sitting in the back of him, I can just smell like the cologne, like just coming my way. Nice watch, nice shoes. I was like, you know what? I think this is a sign.
Stop it. Stop it.
There's gotta be a sign, you know?
You sit on a throne of lies.
Oh, she's dead serious, bro. A sign from God for her to do this. I mean.
This man was tall. He was about, you know what I mean, like 4 of my husbands put together. I'm like, this gotta be this.
Disrespect. 4 of my husbands put together. Yo, this is effed up.
A sign, because God told me he was going to double it.
There's so many things going on in this video. I mean, she fell for a Chad. I'm gonna count down some of the things that could have went wrong. Number 1, she could have automatically picked the wrong guy in the first place, which seemed like it happened. It's very possible. There's just a douchebag. He's always been a douchebag, will always be a douchebag for the rest of his life, and she chose that guy. Wonder why? Who knows? It could be part 2. Something happened between them. She's not giving us the whole story, but she's acting like she did nothing wrong. She really did do something wrong. That is a possibility as well. Could have happened. Who knows? Number 3, guys, if you treat your girl like ish all the time because you make a certain amount of money, because you think you the ish, because of this, that, and the third, and you always treat your woman like she's a third world country and you a first world country, and you just taking over the world, and you going over there, you taking their resources, bringing them back to your land, you cheating them out of all of their deals, you disrupting their government and messing them all up, you doing all of this crap. They gonna cheat, they don't care, they don't have a reason to care. Eventually, they gonna be fed up. When a woman's fed up, they gonna leave you behind. Well, actually, they might not leave you. They might go by, find them a Chad, get all stretched out, and then they gonna come back to you. And when you finally decide that you wanna get something from them, it's gonna be all loose and wobbly, and you gonna fall in. That's gonna be your fault because you the one who did it. Because look, it's 3 basic sizes of men. I read the Kama Sutra. Yes, I did. I am that disgusting.
Oh boy.
But I'm also married. I can read it if I want to. It's all good.
Okay.
It's 3 general sizes of men. It's small, medium, large. Most of the sizes are interchangeable. You have a problem when you got a small person and a large person trying to interact. So if you got a small woman and a large man, that's problem, she in pain.
Ouch.
Are you okay?
Got a large woman with a small man, that's problem, she can't do it. Nope. So that's generally how it works. So you go, you get your girl and just say you regular, because she said quadruple them, then she said double them. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. Maybe she was medium. A medium woman can go whoever. She's good with a big dude. It just take her some time. She's good with a small dude. She'll still feel something. The medium dude is perfect. So if she medium and he's small, they okay. They can work together. They can make some things happen. They can have a good time. Oh, really? But if she go and she get a big guy, you a small guy, when he get through with her brother and you get her back, that's gonna be all your fault. Everything that you get from then on. Man, if you mistreat a woman, she might go ahead and do what she doing. She wilding out. She talking about how good he smell. He beautiful black man. And you the one that messed her up, brother. Okay, I'm done.
Anyways, so I start talking to this guy, and he has some nice conversations in the first, couple of minutes. As I'm smelling his cologne, it was some very good conversation. And so at that moment, I decided, you know what? You are overdue on intimacy, love, and everything else. Because at this point, I was done with my husband. Didn't care what the thought about me. Didn't give zero whatsoever. And so, you know what? I hung out with this tall, beautiful black man, and I had the best time of my life. And I swear, when I was with him, I felt like I freed myself. I felt like I was trapped somewhere. And I know that, mentally you're trapped, but sometimes some good sex can bring you out of that. You to wake up. And that was a moment where I woke up and I knew that I deserve love, I deserve affection, I deserve good intellectual conversation, I deserve a man that smells good, no salt taste. I deserve it all. And that's when I cheated on my narcissistic husband.
That's how she chose to end it. That was it. That's what she said.
The part that I was going to comment on before, when she was like, she felt as though it was a sign from God.
Stop it.
Don't do that.
Stop it.
That was a gift from Satan. That's who that was a gift from.
Listen, our actions have consequences, guys.
Well, you got that right.
And it seemed like she married the wrong person and she was dealing with the consequences. When people bring...
Or she the wrong person and she on some bullshit. So some of y'all do be lying on folk.
Yep. That part too.
That part.
So it could be either or. The way she acting and manipulating her situation, I wouldn't put it past her.
Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is like, don't be bringing Jesus into your mess.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like, don't invite him in there after you done messed everything up and then be trying to, no, don't do that.
Don't do it.
The Bible is very clear when it comes to grounds of divorce. Now, I don't know what happened prior to that. I don't know if there was infidelity before they went on this trip.
He might have been cheating on her at the trip, and that probably was part of the reason he didn't even want to be around her.
There you go.
So it could be, we don't know how messy the situation is.
It could be that too. God ain't messy.
Nope.
He not gonna bring you somebody in the midst of your marriage. You still married, you didn't divorce. Not to mention, you ain't committed to this man either. That's a whole nother story for you to be giving up the walls. So yeah, there's that.
Situations like this, y'all, Jesus is not messy. It's a God of order. Now, he probably told you not to get with the man in the first place. Yep. That's probably the Holy Spirit like, Now, sis, that ain't, you didn't listen, and everything after that was your fault.
Yep.
We make choices and we got to deal with the consequences.
Yes.
I don't know what happened, so I can't say whether she should or should not have divorced him. I don't know. He could have cheated. It could have been some type of abuse. I don't know. I can't say. But this thing could get so messy, and she up there like talking about
This just bring you out of this because I deserve this and I deserve.
you deserve what you got. You made a decision and you got the consequences of your decision. At least you can do is clean it up properly. If the man is trash, happens, go get rid of the dude before you go moving on. We used to know this. This was normal back in the day, but I'm gonna go and speak on it because it's no longer normal. This is what decent people do when they ready to leave somebody who trash, right? They break up with them first, and then they get with somebody else.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
Because otherwise you're lying and being deceitful. And that generally used to be considered wrong.
That's really bad.
Yep.
Whether you believe in Jesus or not, that hasn't changed just because you're in a bad relationship. The only time that you got an excuse for possibly trying to figure another way out, if there's some type of abuse, you got to be very careful about how you do it because you have to worry about your safety.
Yes.
But outside of that, why are you still there? Unless you really, I mean, you know, if you Christian and you worried about the divorce thing, it is highly important for you to make sure that they're the right person. And the right person doesn't mean perfect, because I heard her saying, I deserve love and I deserve this and I deserve that. And we have that in our culture too. Y'all don't deserve as much as y'all think y'all deserve. And a lot of the things that you do deserve, you don't make sure you have. And the things that are not needs, those are the things, like y'all have everything backwards. You got to make a certain amount of money. He got to be ambitious. And y'all don't realize that him having a certain amount of money and being ambitious mean that he's not going to give you as much attention because he's working. But then you'll complain about him working all the time. What you need to make sure that you have is a great relationship with your partner so that when life comes and kicks you in the nans, because it is, y'all can survive it. You do that first.
Yes, sir.
Then you start clicking off a certain amount of money.
Yes.
You want to look a certain way, this, that, and that. I would rather have a woman who is a 6 or 7, but great personality. We laugh.
Yes.
She's cool. She's laid back. She don't cause drama. She doesn't make my life hell. She gives me support. Looks like she'll be a great mother. Than a 10 who is worth nothing, who ain't nothing but a 10. Or for those of you guys, we more progressive, her career is great. If her career is great and she treating me like trash, but it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And then we wonder why these relationships suck. Like, we're not even looking for the right stuff. We're not even demanding of ourselves to do the right stuff, and we make excuses for all of our crap.
Point blank period, we got to do better.
Period.
Because being in a bad marriage, it's like life and death. You want a marriage that's going to bring you life, speak life into you. You don't want a marriage that's going to destroy you and bring destruction to you.